Good morning and welcome to 59 Minutes. My name is Levi Kones. Sorry for starting a little bit late, but we must take the show on. We only have about 30 minutes to go. We're going to try and make it as power-packed as possible in discussing the political happenings of the week. And to join me in doing that is Pan-African Forum Chairman, Dr. David Matsanga. Karibu, Daktari.
Yeah, good morning.
Morning, morning. How are you doing?
Fine, thank you very much. How are you in Nairobi?
We are very well. We are very well. It's cold, but we are okay. A couple of things are happening. Let's get straight into it because we don't have much time. Hot things are happening this week. Let's start with the ruling for the case for the BBI. The court is set to give a ruling on Thursday. How do you think it's going to go, Daktari?
There is no way, given the events that are taking shape in Africa, there's no way Kenya can go to an election without reforms. You need serious reforms. You need to safeguard the integrity of the elections. The BBI was coming out to safeguard the integrity of an election so that when you finish your elections, you come out a united Kenya, a country with unity of purpose. And you notice that all leaders from all corners except one of them is not talking about unity. He's only talking about power grab, grabbing power, greed for power. But the rest of the leaders, Martha Karua, Kiyunjiri, Kuria, Raila Odinga, Musalia, Kalonzo Musyoka, Gideon, and all this, they are talking about the unity of purpose, which is the motto for President Uhuru Kenyatta, who wants to leave a legacy of unity, a united Kenya that accepts the results of an election. Not a Kenya that does an election, then goes to disarray and starts killing each other.
Yeah, but Daktari, does it really matter what happens with this court case? Because it seems if BBI wins, the opponents will go to court. If BBI loses, they definitely will go to Supreme Court.
Kenyans,
are we just on the way to the Supreme Court here?
It doesn't matter. Let it go all the way to the Supreme Court. But let Kenyans get the truth. 4 million people signed the signatures. You cannot underrate 4 million people. I want to tell you the truth that 250,000 of us in the United Kingdom signed a signature to force. They wanted 100,000 people. 250 in the UK have signed a signature to force a motion in the parliament that allows African countries, people who have been vaccinated in Africa, not to be taken under quarantine. We succeeded, and the motion is going to be tabled this week. So if 4 million people in Kenya are able to sign sign signatures that they want to change the constitution, a court in Africa, somewhere seated, cannot throw away the wishes of the people who made the constitution. I think Friday will be
about those people you keep talking
Friday,
about the legitimacy of their signatures.
Let me say my point.
Daktari, there are concerns about that.
Can I say my point?
Yes.
Because always you come in to obstruct my points. When I go back and sit and look at my pictures, you obstruct my points. Let me say my point. My point is that on Friday, there will be history made.
On Friday, yes.
Yes, Kenya has to move on. Whether we go to the Supreme Court, whichever side loses, we want to move to the Supreme Court. But the answer is final, that Kenya cannot, and I am telling you, don't attempt to do an election in Kenya with this type of people who are looking at each other like vultures. They want to catch each other. They want to grab each other. Don't do it. Sorry.
Yeah. So
if I were a Kenyan, I should safeguard my life first than allowing to go to an election where we know that the winner will not accept the loser losing, because the winner will say he won and the loser will say he won. Therefore, what will happen? More so when you have Ruto on one side and then you have Raila on this other side. Tell me what type of cocktail. What cocktail are you going to have?
Speaking of what you just said about Ruto on one side and Raila on one side, the team from Oka, Kenya, are now going for a retreat this week to Naivasha. Top of the agenda is to discuss, you know, their engagements with Raila Odinga, and it does not seem that they are coming to an agreement of any sort. What do you think that portends for the opposition's chances against Dr. William Ruto?
Forget about it, but look here. You can't do anything. That team of core can't do anything without Raila. Just forget it. Don't ask that question again. The winning team in Kenya. Let me tell you, if you see Matsanga talking the way I'm talking, then you know the team has won already.
Which team are we talking about?
Raila's team will win. East or West. So let me tell you, the mistakes that the DP is making are too many. That by the time we reach June next year, he will look behind and will see very few people.
But do those things, with the kind of electorate we have, with the kind of electorate we have, does it really matter? Because it seems, you see, like now we have this case of the IEBC trying to, put a limit on the spending caps and, having a hard time with parliamentarians in trying to get that actually actualized to the extent that, it seems like that will not be happening and people can spend as much money as they want. And we know our country. Elections are, such a high money goes around. In fact, we are now said to be the #2 country in the world in campaign spending. Does it matter? Are we actually going to win any election or lose any election here on merit, on issues?
First of all, going by Chebukati, and I didn't ask me whether I like Chebukati to be handling your ballot paper, because you fear I've told you before. If I were a Kenyan, Mr. Chebukati would not handle my ballot paper.
He would not have a what?
I would not allow him. Under Article 251, Chebukati has failed one test. Competence. Chebukati is incompetent. Look at Article 151. Article 151.
Yeah.
Article 151 of the Constitution of the Republic of Kenya of 2010. Chebukati has failed to appoint a CEO. From the time Chiroba left, Chebukati failed to appoint a CEO.
Yeah, but then bring that to the campaign spending. How is that featuring on campaign spending?
No. I'm coming because he's doing the campaign. Who is supposed to be the campaigning? Who is supposed to do the campaigning spending? It's the CEO, not Chebukati. You get my point? Mm-hmm. The CEO runs the secretariat. Chebukati is just a supervisor who takes material from the CEO and guides where the institution goes. But Chebukati has become the chairman.
With the law first, because the CEO must then follow a certain law.
He has become the CEO. He makes purchases. He directs tenders. Rubbish. Let him get out. A man who cannot tell the people of Kenya from 2017, Mr. Chebukati has not told the Kenyans where spoiled ballot paper. Where do you keep spoiled ballot paper? Is indeed the thing that made our election, we lost the election as Jubilee Party. I'm a friend of the Jubilee Party. We lost that election on that technical question, sir, with due respect. So don't allow me to tell you the truth. Chebukati should not even be near an election. should actually watch an election and vote from Bungoma district.
And yet
go
he
and
is.
vote.
And yet, Daktari, as things stand, he is. So the question
He's
again
not
is
going.
on the spending issue. You know, I was asking you, do you really think that given, because you said that, you know, the deputy president is shooting himself in the foot and there are many issues that are going wrong, and I just asked you, does it matter? Because it seems in this country, you know, when all is said and done, people don't remember issues. They just remember who will give them money at the end of the day.
The mere talking.
You know.
My brother, the mere talking about money commercializes politics and the elections of Kenya.
I was asking you, are we there yet? Are we there where we can say, you know, this issue has really changed my thinking of a politician?
Please, does Africa need elections? Do you yourself, can you explain to me what elections are? What's an election? There are so many people in Kenya who don't know what an election is. Yes, and there are so many people in Uganda, they don't know an election. Even the candidates themselves.
What do you mean?
Ask me
what is an election in your book?
An election is pitting ambition, ideology, ambition against each other, selling a manifesto. And you get the results whoever wants. An election is not an event. It is a preparation of events, including voter registration, voter education. Elections of Kenya has already been gerrymandered. Do you know English word called gerrymandered? Can you spell it? Spell it for me. Gerrymandered.
Gerrymandered, yes, I know. It's J-E-R-R-Y.
Yeah, that's it. The IEBC has gerrymandered the elections.
Yeah.
Have you seen anywhere where they are educating voters? Where? Show me one workshop. Show me. Where? Unakaa hapo unasema election zikuje wapi? What are you going to elect? When you have not even educated the people, you have not told the people, you have not given them accountability. What election is this? What election is this? Election is not an event on that day. It is a process. It begins with education, registration of voters, freedom of speech, accountability. Has Chebukati accounted for the people? Are the servers that Chebukati took to Paris still closed? Paris has been open for 4 years. Have you ever had Chebukati calling us to open the server?
No, and there was even a court ruling about that.
Answer me. I want to hear. So that the Indian Ocean and Atlantic Ocean and the Mediterranean Sea can roar.
Yeah, but people will say, look, Daktari, your critics will say that all you're doing is going after individuals. The same way you spoke about the Chief Justice and now the judiciary, there isn't much of a difference going on there. The same way you're talking about Chebukati, there might not be much of a difference if he even goes tomorrow. The question still arises, you know, we are 12 months from an election. Whether we like it or not, as things stand, we are headed towards an election. So what kind of an election will we have?
You will have a very bad election. If you try, it will produce bloodshed. I'm sorry to say that. Sorry. Thank you very much.
Would be considered, you know.
Don't ask me. Don't ask me the details. The men who have been at the center. Listen. The men who have been at the center. You can't be certain of that, Daktari. The men who have been at the center of violence are the ones going to face each other in 2022. Who was the first person who protested against the 2007 election? Wasn't it Ruto who stood on the table? Do you remember that picture? Do you remember the picture?
Yeah, but there was a valid reason for that.
You think what stopped
the electoral commissioner at that time, Daktari, the electoral commissioner himself, the late Kivuitu said, Daktari, if you remember, he said that there are some officers of his who are cooking results. He sent the whole country into a panic.
What? Okay, what stops some officers cooking results? No, what will stop some officers in 2022 cooking results? In 2017, after Raila lost the election, it was nullified. What happened to the streets of Nairobi? What happened? Answer me. What happened? The streets of Nairobi were full of people coming out.
Mass action happened.
Mass action. So that is Raila group now. Now, if you put the two groups, let's accept that in 2022 we have 2 races, not 3 races. Others cannot even hold a rally of 30,000 people in Uhuru Park. So these two are facing each other. You tell me where we shall end. With the type of politics that Ruto is talking on the platforms, and already the type of politics that His Excellency, the Right Honorable Prime Minister is talking, you put them now. I am now today, I'm talking very well. That's why you are smiling. I'm balancing. Because some people,
I'm just listening
some
to you.
people, no. Ruto thinks I'm always against him. But he has forgotten I'm the one who saved him under Rule 68. That younger man. I saved him. He should be proud of me. That a giant came to the Hague in the hall, stood up and saved him on Rule 68. Let him know that he can give the money to the people who wanted him killed. I'm not bad at it. I will go home as a giant who came, who saw and conquered ICC for him to be able to amass the wealth.
It does not give us a lot of
so the two men
confidence.
will be meeting. Wait, the 2 men will be meeting in 2022. All of them have very sharp tongues. I want you to imagine the scenario under your mom in Tarubo. With the COVID-19 situation.
Can you foresee any situation, Daktari, where the Right Honorable Prime Minister, former, does not run for presidency? And then maybe
Raila is running
someone else.
Please, Mr. My younger man, don't get a fever on Monday. Raila is running for presidency. Raila Amolo Odinga is on the ballot. Please. And Raila Amolo Odinga, this time, is being supported by people. Some of them have never supported him before. A man like me. I am not a voter in Kenya, but I'm an influencer. I'm a friend of the Jubilee Party. Like the Communist Party would be friendly to the Jubilee Party. Does the Communist Party vote in Kenya? I also put resources for Jubilee Party to win an election in 2017. Ruto saw my cars everywhere. He was even scared. My cars, all of them were painted the same color. Uhuru vote hunters. He got scared. And boss, we support a government. And it comes to power, not because we want to gain. We supported it. It came to power. He amassed wealth. And there are people comparing Ruto with HH. My good friend, the businessman HH. HH worked for his money. He never looted any money from Zambia. So don't.
As a new Zambian president.
Yes, he has won an election, not as a thief. Not as a thief. Can I repeat that? So that you can hear you from Tarubo. Hear me. He has won an election, not as a thief.
But with all due respect, Daktari, no one has been proven to be a thief here either. A thief can be a thief. Those who were in the Jerusalem temple selling goods were they? No one has been convicted. Hey! People just trade accusations. Hey! Did you read the divinity? Sorry? Do you know anything about divinity? About what? Do you know? Then have you ever read divinity? That's divinity. The word. Divinity, the study of theology. Yes, yes. You haven't. Can I teach you something? I am at least in touch with what, yes, what is divine. At least you are baptized. I know.
who want to say that. But when Jesus entered Jerusalem, the temple of God, did he enter with his disciples? He entered on a horse, went to drive out a donkey, call it whatever animal.
Yes, a colt.
The ones the ones that are used in the terrible to carry goods, you know, a donkey. And when he entered the Jerusalem temple, Jesus had already known thieves. He chased out thieves, robbers. The disciples of Jesus did not accompany Jesus into Jerusalem. I am not naming anybody a thief. I have just said, Hechilima, my good friend, and I know someone is trying to associate himself with Hechilima. He took some hotels there and grow some vegetables. We know. But Hechilima listens to the Matsangas.
But if there's one accusation,
we shall tell him not to associate
that's rampant
with thieves
in this country, is that accusation of thievery. Because, you know, both sides, or all
why
sides,
is it that
will always say so-and-so is a thief.
Can I say?
And they will point out to a scandal or another or another or another.
Okay.
It has reached a point where even the electorate says, oh, basi kila mtu ni mwizi.
Okay, but can I say one thing?
You know.
Why is it that you people, especially you from Taribo,
sorry?
when you hear the word, yeah, especially you people from Taribo.
What about us?
When you hear the word thief, you assume that it is Ruto.
I have not said anything like that on this show.
No! Even you are now charged up. You think I'm talking about the President Ruto.
I think you're diverting.
I'm talking about... You're diverting from No. I am talking about a thief. This country cannot be handed over to a thief. I don't care who gets it, but it should not be handed over to a thief. Why is it that you run quickly to condemn me because I've said a thief? Do you not a thief? Do you steal?
No.
Have you ever stolen anybody's seat?
No.
Mom,
I even have nothing to declare.
You know, if you tried, my sister would kill you because she's very strict.
Yeah.
She could even hand you over to the police.
Nothing to declare, and I'm not running for anything. You know this. Also, the thing is when you put yourself in the public.
Yeah, but then why is it? I am asking. Why is it Levy that when I talk about a thief, there is a side in Kenya that runs to say you are talking about the deputy president? Is he the only one who steals? Is he?
I think it's because many people have insinuated that for a long time.
Maybe they know something which I don't know. Me, I don't have any evidence of him. I have evidence of a thief, of thieves who steal. People who get money, who did not have money. People who did not grow vegetables like a Hechilima.
Yeah, but let me ask you, because we are running out of time, Daktari.
People who have no factory like a Hechilima. People who have no vegetables, no hotels, no hotel buildings like a Hechilima. Hechilima had hotel buildings. You go to Zambia, you sleep in one of his hotels long time ago. Where are the hotels in Kenya built by some thieves? Where are they? Where is the factory in Kenya? The factories are built across the bridge. Across the bridge, there is no,
you see what you're insinuating?
No more sorrow.
The people are hearing you. But actually, we have to wrap up. Our time is far gone. Now, here's the thing. We have only 4 minutes, 3 minutes, I think, even running now.
Yeah, you cheated my time.
I have not cheated.
And you make me wake up.
You also joined in late.
No. It is you. You make me wake up. You think I like being on this TV? No. You wake me up. I come because I'm patriotic. I would be enjoying my sleep in my London palatial home. And you are making me to wake up. Then you tell me 4 minutes.
It is.
I did not steal money to buy this
3 minutes now.
Boss, I did not steal money to buy this home. I worked hard and washed toilets to buy it. Yes, let's go.
Yeah, so I was asking as we part, do you believe that in the next 12 months, because I know you're an advocate for push the election. which looks unlikely because everyone is saying, no, it's set in the constitution, it's set in stone, really. It has to be the second Tuesday of the month of August. It's, exactly 5 years after the promulgation of the last, election cycle and the last leadership. So, do you believe in the next, now less than 12 months, now it's 11 and a half months actually, that we can, cobble together a working formula to be able to allow this country to do an election much like what Zambia has done?
Yes, we believe if you allow the BBI to pass, BBI will bring reforms. BBI will bring reconciliation. Up to today, if you hear the Deputy President of Kenya speak, he's speaking as if it was 2011. He's very angry with himself. He's annoyed. If you hear the other side speak, they are still that same annoyance. You need a redemption strategy, Jermaine. You people need to heal from the past. You need to move on with a healed temperatures, healed unit of purpose, that at the end of the day, one Kenyan will become a president, and the others can follow that example. Those who have failed to become president will admit, accept the results, move on, and have a leader of opposition. The problem is, if you got in this election without the BBI, you will produce a sharp executive presidency that will have everybody will focus on that post. But if you open up the BBI, some of the anger will go into these other distributions of tribal kingpins. You cannot rule out tribal politics in any culture in the world. That's why Trump campaigned as an American and called Hispanians and the blacks are called a constituency. Am I lecturing properly here?
Yeah.
You talk of tribal kingpins. Look at America. Look at America. America votes in things. The Hispanians, those ones, the colored ones.
Okay. Point
the colored ones who come, no, the colored ones who come from those Mexico and other places, then the black people. We are categorized. In the UK, the politics is done on regional basis. Scotland, Wales, Irish. There are even people selecting their own people to come to the national parliament. And the Great Britain, which is in the middle,
yeah, no, and
selects its own people.
Hopefully one day we can get
so you cannot rule out unity of diversity coming together, giving out to this post, distributing the money for devolution. That is what Raida's model, rural economy. Not the bottom up. Don't open the bottom up when you have no qualities of opening the bottom up. The rural economy will look at cooperatives and bring back the policy of cooperative unions. When you grew up on cooperative money. That is what Raila Odinga wants to go back to do, not the wheelbarrow bottom up. Thank you.
We leave it there, Daktari.
Is there anything you want to ask me?
We'll leave it at that because we are even past the hour of 11 o'clock. And we will do our best next time to get this in as early as possible. As we go away, tell me, do you support what the US is doing with the Taliban in pulling out?
It is a shame. And I want it to go on record. And I want to tell you the world, the East Africans, the Great Lakes region, the countries that went to Somalia, to be very careful that tomorrow we might be told that the Somali Al-Shabaab has joined the government. It is coming. It is taking over Mogadishu. We have to wear our pants, vests, and run out of Mogadishu. The United States of America has ashamed us, has ashamed the entire community, the world at large, the civil rights, the activists. You have left the Taliban to kill the people, slaughter the innocent, take off their hands, pierce their eyes. It's a shame to the United States. Then you ask one question. Why did they invade Afghanistan? Can I give you the answer?
Yeah, as we close.
The answer is they have got stocked enough cocaine.
You said it as it is.
You wanted it,
Dr.
you get it.
David MATSANGA.
Anytime you want it from Matsanga, you get it. They got enough cocaine. Yes, they got enough cocaine to stock them for years.
Very badly put. Well, let's leave it there, Dr. We're out of time. Thank you for joining us. Of course, we will, by next week, we'll be talking about the BBI and whether, it has hit a roadblock or whether the train is continuing or the train has run out of oil. We'll find out on Friday.
In fact, bring me on Monday. I will be the most happiest.
You'll be the happiest one. The train might have run out of oil by Monday, Dr. You might not be very happy.
I will be, at that Monday, I will wear the vessel suit, not these suits from Turkey.
We'll bring you, we'll see what happens. That's what we have the time for.
By the way, where do you buy your suits? In Turkey, like Ruto. Ruto buys things from Turkey.
I don't have the kind of money to go to Turkey.
I buy suits and the shirts from Marks and Spencer. Look at that.
I go here to Gikomba.
Yeah, that is even very worse.
I'm promoting the local businesses.
The rural economy.
The rural economy, yes. Bottom up.
Not the bottom up.
Not we end it on that note. Have a wonderful, wonderful morning. Stay tuned for Leah coming up with the lawsuit. That's 59 minutes for today. God bless you. Have a wonderful day.